Hi everybody, it's Craig here from Arms and Armor. Today we're going to look at our Burgundian axe a little bit in detail. We've redone this piece recently over the last year or so. It's new material with the hardened edge and spike happening as we described in earlier blog posts. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the construction of it now being a little more historical and how it comes about as a piece. This particular piece is in the Wallace collection. The original is about 1450, mid-15th century or so. They are attributed to France. We call it our Burgundian pole axe. It's a really nice armored combat type of axe, exceptional piece details and things like that. It's got a four-pronged back hammer. It's got this nice little 6.5 inch or so cutting edge circular blade on the front. It's got about an 8-inch spike or so on the top. Spike and edge of the axe are now hardened when we make them, and it is now constructed in two pieces. Back a few years ago, we would cast this as a single unit and then add langets and such, and now we're adding the langets to a spike and then creating that U-shaped strap that goes over the head, so it comes down over the second piece itself. So this is all an integral unit, and then this is an integral unit here running all the way down. One of the aspects of this is a tapering langet. So the langet goes from, probably just a bit more than 16 gauge on this end, and then tapers up to well over an 1/8 inch on this side. That helps with weight and balance and structure of the piece, so that when it's in hand and you're swinging, you get a good feel or balance of it. A lot of times with modern reproductions, the langets will have a tendency to be just straight strap, where you have a consistent thickness, and that adds a little bit of weight to the piece, more than you would usually need. Many original pole arms, the langets will get paper thin on the lower ends of them. You can see that on any historical grouping of pole arms that you can see in person. You'll notice that. This particular piece is, as I said, constructed with these big wide langets that come down the same width as the ash pole itself. The pole tapers as well in dimension, so that it is quite stout at the base end of the pole, and then at the top is down to a very fine smooth area that's got a real good size for grip on that upper portion of the piece. We can do these with some modifications upon request. Front and back langets as the original, but those are done on a much lighter material, again trying to keep that weight down. And then pieces like this one that we just finished up, which is your standard construction of the piece itself with the tapered ash haft and everything. But this person requested a butt spike. And so here we've done a little square shaped or rectangular shaped cap that goes on there, and then have added a spike to that. Sometimes we can do just a butt cap if you want, or bind it in metal. On the original there is not one, but in a lot of pole arm contexts and in the structure of those pieces, when you see them in the manuals and stuff, many will have that butt. Whether it's a spike or just a metal butt, and that is exceptionally good for thrust to the feet and things like that. Also, you do want to be careful if you do get one with a butt that, in your house, you're hanging it up on the wall someplace, and since somebody takes it down, they'll jam that thing in the floor every time. So you just have to be well aware that that's there all the time. But it makes for a nice feeling piece. It adds a little bit of counterweight, not too much, and creates a really nice feeling for the axe with that thrusting butt on there. So these pieces are done by hand by us, where we're taking these elements and then finishing them and fitting them by hand. So each piece is tried to assemble as tight and fittingly as possible, and so you will get a piece that is very close to that original. There are some steps taken from the original. If you look at the Wallace Collection website, you'll notice that the original is very corroded, and so we've taken that corrosion elements off of there, of course, and created a piece that's as new in a sense for the period. But it makes for a very nice knightly poleaxe. We have kind of caught up on production on these now, so it's about the same kind of turnaround as most of our pole arms and axes and things like that now. It's not as long a wait as it was about a year ago when we were having some supply issues. So we're working really hard in the shop to get our supplies moving smoothly and get the production going in a very consistent way, and we're all working really hard at that. It was a real long Christmas period because we were just trying to get it out as much as possible. And so we feel like we've made some big strides that way, but we're still really working hard to get you guys your stuff. So if you're interested in a poleaxe, Burgundian poleaxe is a real nice one. And if at any point you're interested in it, give us a call.